Welcome back. The president's newly signed spending bill codifying some cuts to programs, including clean energy tax credits, could have an unexpected impact on big tech's AI race. Our Deirdre Bosa is digging into that for today's Tech Check. Morning, Dee.
Hey, good morning, Carl. So powering AI, it is quickly becoming the bottleneck. Data centers, they already consume more electricity than some countries, and that is only expected to triple by the end of the decade. This new law hits the brakes on the cheapest, fastest growing sources of new power, that's solar, wind, and batteries, by slashing tax credits and incentives, and really reshapes the U.S. energy mix and directly impacts where and how fast hyperscalers like Amazon, Google, Microsoft, how quickly they can build. President Trump frames it as energy dominance, more drilling, permitting, cheaper gas to fuel the AI boom. But the reality here is more complicated. Take a look at this chart from Semi-Analysis. It tells the story. This is not just a clean energy pivot. It is a energy capacity arms race. And China, on the left, it's building everything: fossil, renewables, grid, storage. Electricity generation there has nearly tripled from 2005. The U.S., on the right, though, you can see flat overall. Gas dominates, coal is declining, and renewables, they were gaining. This law, though, changes that trajectory. It is likely to flatten or even reverse solar and wind growth, extend gas's dominance, and it could trigger a coal rebound in parts of the country, which is slower and more expensive to operate. Now, this also complicates storage incentives, which could make it harder to integrate new clean energy into the grid. And of course, this all has direct implications for the AI race and investors, because every hyperscaler is racing to build out AI infrastructure. But power is now the constraint. Without cheap, reliable electricity, costs rise, deployment stalls. You can't ship product if you can't power it. And this bill makes that build out slower, dirtier, and more expensive, just as China is scaling faster. This is also one of the core fault lines, guys, in Elon Musk's falling out with Trump. He called it a massive strategic error that will leave America extremely vulnerable, pointing out that China's ability to eventually build enough solar and storage each year to match the entire U.S. grid. And that's where this step becomes worrying when you put it side by side what China's doing.
Dee, are you surprised that there hasn't been, maybe not to the level of Elon, but other sources of pushback from tech leaders about these incentives?
I am. And I mean, the main focus when this bill was sort of going through was the AI regulation, right? Remember that? It didn't actually end up being put in that, you know, there was a ban on state and local AI regulation. That seemed to be the thing that most people here in Silicon Valley and tech were focused on, saying that if it didn't go through, that would stall the industry. And, you know, there's some outcry about that right now. But this energy stuff just feels so much more important, right? Especially for the hyperscalers that are building this, especially for the Amazon, Microsoft, Googles that have, you know, made clean energy their mission over the last decade or so. But I haven't heard a ton from it. I mean, nuclear is still in there. That takes longer, right, to get up and running. But we'll see. We'll see if we hear more.
Yeah, you'd think that the big tech companies would have some serious lobbying muscle to prevent something like this. I wonder if it's possible, or if we should be extrapolating what this says about big tech's relationship with the White House right now, given all the fanfare early on.
Yeah, this is a trend that we've seen. I mean, you have sort of the energy policy, but you also have some of the regulatory stuff, right? The DOJ, it's still going after Google. The FTC, it's still going after Meta. They've won very little concessions, which raises a lot of questions now, too, about, you know, what Elon Musk is trying to do, who might jump on board, aside from, you know, big tech, but a lot of the Silicon Valley people who supported Trump. You know, what I heard is, you know, because Elon Musk was in his pocket, too, he supported Trump. So it'll be interesting to see how this rolls out and if he can still garner that kind of support, especially when this affects the build out of those data centers, which is just so crucial to the U.S.-China race.
Yeah, at least optically, it feels like a 180, but we'll see over time whether that turns out to be the case. Deirdre, thank you.